Ko Mike Mellor. I know I'm of a certain age group that just had quite a few mentions already, and I've been a member of Living Streets since before it was Living Streets, so that's quite a long time. I'm going to take you for a virtual walk through Wellington's eastern suburbs. You'll see a lot of maps in this because I'm a map nut, and I think there's a lot of connections between maps and walking. If my cursor will work, we're starting from up here where we should be, and we're going to go down to here, down the eastern suburbs, just to give you your bearings. There's the railway station up there, and the town belt, and the airport, and we're over here. And this is the particular walk I'm going to look at mainly. There's another one as well, but this is a walk that combines two of the things that we've been talking about. It combines a walk to the bus stops there with buses to the city, the universities, Karori, the hospital throughout the day, and Worcester Bay School, which is this school here. And it's about walking between the two. Obviously, people don't walk between the two, but they use the path for both purposes. And I'm going to talk about off-road walking. And the first thing you may notice that there isn't any off-road path marked on this, which is a bit of a problem because there is one, but Google ignores it. So, you know, if it's not on Google, does it actually exist? Well, it does. It's this path here, which is a shortcut to avoid going all the way around here. And it starts at this intersection here. And while we're on it, note this is good walking territory. There's another path here, another path here, another path going down through the bush here, which are all great walking, but we're focusing on this one. Starting at this intersection, and that's what it looks like. You can tell it's a crossing because it's got a curb cut out there, good stuff. It's also got a sign here pointing up the pathway, but as you can see, you can barely see it because it's covered in vegetation. And the pathway goes up here. Right past where those cars are. The pathway is actually that wide bit of curb there. You can walk around there, there's often cars parked there too. And a point to note is, see there's yellow hatching there, we'll come back to that in a minute. So it looks a bit safe to cross after that car, which I think may be my neighbour. But, and I'm sorry there's a but, this is the intersection from the other side. So if you're crossing here, you've got to keep an eye on traffic coming up there, which comes up quite fast. You've got to keep an eye on traffic coming down here, around that blind corner. And traffic here is going to the hill suburbs, going to Karaka Bay, it's going to Scorching Bay, it's going to Worcester Bay. It's also parents driving their kids to school, of course, and it's the number 24 bus. So you've got to have eyes in. Oh, I forgot. There's another street coming in over here, Townsend Road. So there's traffic coming from there too. So you have to have eyes in the back of your head to see what's what. And we've been talking about older people. I used to find this quite easy a few years ago. I've been doing this for 30 years, and now I'm finding it quite difficult. And it's not unusual to sort of get trapped in the middle of the road here when things appear fast. And when one of those things appearing fast is a number 24 bus, it can feel very unpleasant. But anyway, I mentioned the yellow hatching earlier. This is where it's put there. The council put it there to stop the owner of this garage parking right up in front, as they used to do, parking right here. So that made it quite difficult to get from these steps. This is the reason why the road goes a circuitous route, because the steps, there's 118 of them, so it's a bloody good workout. it leads up here, and this is another little feature of the steps, is that that's a step in the middle there. There's a long bit of path there, and that is almost invisible, particularly in poor conditions or if you haven't got perfect eyesight. So, and I speak from experience on that, and jarring your spine as you're walking down there is quite unpleasant. A bit of step edging would help everybody there. So moving on, there's vegetation in the way as well as in the signs, and vegetation blocking here. It's blocking about half the path. And this is not actually on the path, but it's just down from Seaton Heights School. This is the walking route, the only walking route from the south, where a lot of kids come from. And you can see that that's right there. You can't get past there with more than one person. You can't get past there with a buggy. The only option then is to walk in the road, which is not recommended. So we've got to the top of the path. See, that's the school there. This happened to be taken at the time the school was coming out, so it's a short walk down here. This is the top of the path. Now, it's unintuitive. It does have a sign there, very little sign there, pointing to it, but there's no sign pointing to it from that direction. You can't read it from that side, so it's not at all clear that the path is there. So there are quite a few issues on that walk. There's maintenance ones, lack of TLC, but there's also the fact that it's barely visible. It's something you have to know about to find it. And I've got a different example of a similar sort of situation, which is just down the just a bit further south. This is Ashley Crescent and Para Street in Miramar, just behind Miramar Central School. And once again, signage is an issue. There's a sign there, and I'm sorry it's not readable, that says no exit. There's a sign here which says this is a tsunami exit route. So you're hot-footing it, a tsunami in hot pursuit. And do you believe that one, or do you believe that one? It could literally be a matter of life or death. So if you think it's worthwhile exploring, which is at the top of the carriageway on Ashley Crescent, and no sign of any path whatsoever, unless you've got very keen eyes. That's a Wellington City Council handrail there, but you have to know it, you're looking for it. And if you just go a little bit further, there is in fact a sign, perfectly placed to be invisible from practically everywhere, and that is actually an important route up to the top of the ridge, which is there's a new path. I have to give credit to the City Council, the new set of steps they put in leading from the top of this up to the top of the ridge, and is down my walk to Miramar Shops, the main centre, by about half a kilometre, which is well worth having. So I'd just like to summarise that people complain about the state of the roads, state of the walkways. The state of the road surfaces, but walkways aren't flash either. I mean, roads form a clear interconnected network where it's easy to work out how to get from A to B. Walking off-road, which is the most enjoyable, best and safest way, there isn't a network, just a jumble of disconnected paths that are often hard to find and not easy to use. Pedestrians are supposed to be at the top of the sustainable transport pyramid, but how would you ever know?